Peace, beautiful people. It's Holistic Selena, and today's video topic is about self-validation, confidence, and being able to be your own everything. In this modern day society, in this modern life that we live with social media and just having unconscious parents, there's so many people that are dependent on society and these systems to know who they are. And that's why we have so many insecure, lost people that are just looking for approval from the outside world. They're constantly in bad relationships, they're constantly working jobs that don't align with their life, and it could be a very draining cycle. So the first important point of being able to self-validate and to be genuinely confident is this beautiful sentence of know thyself. Most people in the world don't genuinely know who they are. They only know their surface level identity, their personality that came from their culture, their upbringing, their parents, their traumas. They don't actually know the truth of their spirit, of their heart, and of their higher self. And the beauty of this concept of know thyself is that it's something much deeper than just the self. It is very much connected to God, to nature, to reality, to things beyond reality. Know thyself is actually knowing the truth of this life, of the human experience. When you're constantly doing things with people in relationships, needing to go to the parties and be out on the streets and, be in the mix, it can be a form of distraction. Well, it is a form of distraction for most people because we do this because we don't actually want to spend time by ourselves and address the things that are going on within our mind. So the first step in rising into a higher level of yourself and being able to genuinely self-validate and know yourself is through spending time alone. The greatest people, the most powerful people, whether that is financial power, spiritual power, any type of power, these people cultivated that because they chose to let go of all the distractions of people, places, things, and they chose to go within, create a goal, and be obsessed with that goal, and they don't stop until they achieve it. And that's why so many people are empty inside, because they never choose to go down that path of being by themselves. And I understand why they don't do that, because it is uncomfortable. It's not always a walk in the park to be by yourself and to sit with your thoughts and to analyze yourself and to sit with the truth of who you are and your reality. It's not always easy. But it is through that discomfort, it is through that hard work where you truly cultivate a beautiful, true, free, aligned life. And there is no better experience in this world than to do that. When you start to consciously choose to be by yourself in this time of solitude, it's a very good time to question yourself. You question your upbringing, you question your experiences, you question your habits, your patterns, and you start to get clear on the stories and the energies that are making up your current reality and your current mindset. Once you get clear on these things, then you can begin the process of rewriting your story, of consciously choosing who you want to be, how you want to act, and what you want to experience in life. Through this conscious choice of creation of ourself is where confidence is birthed from. That is where a strong aura that is magnetic, where people cannot deny the beauty and the power energetically within you because it's real. It came from your internal cultivation. That is the highest form of obtainment, is through within yourself, not needing anything in the outside world. And the reason why so many people are not able to self-validate is because they're so dependent on getting their validation, getting their power, getting their energy, getting their confidence, getting whatever from the outside world. It is a dependency. It's like a drug. And this dependency on external validation is what keeps you asleep to your own power. You will never realize how powerful you are internally when you're constantly depending on the outside. I'm telling you, the most amazing entrepreneurs, spiritual gurus, anyone that has achieved a high level of status and is helping people and living an abundant life, they spend most of their journey getting to that point by themselves, doing the inner work, doing the mental work. So when it comes to self-validation and becoming confident on your own, you have to embrace being by yourself. You have to feel confident, nourished, fulfilled. You have to have fun with yourself. You have to become someone who's genuinely likable. You have to cultivate your mind, your body, your spirit, your energy, your personality into someone likable. You have to like yourself. And you do that work through being on your own. And what I love about my personal path of solitude is I no longer force connection. I don't force wanting to be with people or wanting to be in a relationship. I genuinely trust God's plan. And I know the more time that I spend by myself, the more powerful of a person I become if I utilize that time properly. When you're in those chapters of isolation, that is when God is purifying you. He's stripping away all of the things that you picked up on from the world, from your traumas, from other people. And He's allowing you to come back to the 0 point so you can consciously decide who you want to be, what you want to do, and what you want to experience in life. So I no longer force connections. I just become better inside. I allow my aura to become more magnetic. I allow myself to go deeper into my purpose. And through that energetic field that I create, I attract the right people that will help me rise higher, that will heal my heart, heal me instead of hurting me and causing me more pain and trauma, which I've been through enough in the past because I was seeking people and relationships from a place of emptiness. I was looking for the external validation, needing them to help me feel complete, needing them to help me feel loved, to help me feel beautiful. And I attracted people that amplified my own shadow and brought me more pain. I've learned on this path of self-validation that the more that you genuinely like and love yourself, the more people will naturally like and love you. You cannot deny energy, okay? We all know energy is the unseen, but it's felt. It's just like the wind. When there is a powerful gust of wind, your freaking hair blows away, the things get knocked down, and it's undeniable how powerful the wind is, but you can't see it. That's the same as energy. So the more that you genuinely purify your mind and you release the negative self-talk and the self-hatred and just talking down on yourself and believing negative things about yourself, the more that you remove that, the lighter you become, the more love that you can hold, the more confidence that you feel, the more trust and faith that you have in life, and then you start to feel really good on a daily basis. And it's funny because the higher that you vibrate, even if you do attract bad circumstances, you don't see it as bad. You see it as divine. You see it as a lesson because that's just how you've programmed your mind to think. One of the most beautiful aspects of becoming genuinely confident and being able to self-validate is that you decide who you are. Not the world, not your parents, not your ex-partners, not your current partner, not your dream job. Nothing defines you but you. And it's not the you that lives in negativity, that has the shame, the judgment, the negative self-talk, all those things. That's not the you that decides who you are. It's your higher self, the one that vibrates with love, that sees truth and beauty in all things, that believes in infinite possibility, that's here to live their highest truth and highest power. That's the you that decides who you are. And when you tune into that, no one can take that away from you. No one can tell you who you are. No one can manipulate you, drain you, brainwash you, because you are rooted in yourself. You discovered it. You pulled it down from the ethers into the physical and embodied it. No one can take that from you. That is real confidence. That is real power. You start to become the conscious creator of your reality. And in time, your physical world will start to morph and shift and reflect back to you all the work that you've done on yourself. It'll show you how you retrieved your soul back. And now you can see the world with a lens of love, of truth, of clarity, even when there is darkness, even when there is suffering, even when there is people that are attacking you or triggering you. It's all divine and beautiful because you did the work necessary to shift your mind, to pull back the power and control of your mind, which is the work of this world. That is how you become confident. That is how you self-validate. It's through doing the mental work, deciding who you truly want to be, not who this world tells you you are or who you aren't or who you can be or who you can't be. No one can tell you any of that. Only you can. So when you're experiencing insecurity, self-hate, judgment of self and other, putting yourself down, like these negative feelings and experiences, understand that you are choosing that on a conscious or unconscious level. And it's such a shame because there's so many powerful, beautiful, wonderful people that have such negative traits and qualities and perceptions of themselves because they let someone on the outside get into their minds, get into their aura, get into their heart, and implant these negative stories. And because they were not strong enough spiritually, they integrated it, they took it in, and it seeped into their subconscious mind. And now they see the world and themselves through this lens of negativity, of hate, of insecurity, of competition, of separateness. And these people are the ones that project that energy and that darkness onto others. They want to pull people into their suffering. And it is through the work of freeing your mind, releasing the negative programs in yourself and coming back to love, where you are doing the work of the world, you're doing the work of God. And this is why self validation is so powerful, because it's not some basic level practice. This is actually high level work of reclaiming your truth, discovering who you are outside of the programs and limitations and darkness of the world. You're doing God's work. And this leads me to my last point. I don't know your personal beliefs about God, about energy, about the universe, but I believe in God. And I feel that finding God or choosing to discover God in myself and in my life helped me to really self validate and to genuinely be confident without needing anything outside of me. Because I've learned that when I place my need on something or someone outside of me to feel beautiful, to feel purposeful, to feel a love for life, that is when I suffer the most. And it was only myself and God that really got me out of the hardest times in my life. And that is when I had the bittersweet realization that no one is here to save me besides myself, my mentality, and my connection to God. And that realization is what really helped me to be able to self validate, to become my own everything, to release dependency on the outside world, on people, on things, on feeding my ego. Because I feel I started to connect to a higher source that was beyond this physical realm and this physical world. I no longer really care so much to look so good for people of this world. I'd rather look good for God. I found much more satisfaction, like lasting, sustainable satisfaction with God and with myself. That is where confidence comes from. That is how you self validate. Cutting the ties from the outside world where we're trying to prove ourselves for other people and look good for the world and for other people. Cut that shit out. Cut the fat out. Focus on your internal world. Focus on your path of freeing yourself and becoming your highest version. That is where confidence comes from. That is where the truth is discovered. That is where life gets really beautiful, okay? Besitos, much love, many blessings.